So, I tried to beat Cuphead using the keyboard after playing with a controller for 6 years. Using my own a bit modified controls, this is how it went. First, at old grandpa's house, I started the tutorial, the hardest part of the game. I beat the dash without problems and the rest of the tutorial went by just great. Then I talked to little Stevie Jobs, who gave me 3 pieces of capitalism. Then finally our first challenger, Goopy the Great. The battle went by great. I died sometimes. Yeah, and I also got stomped once. But after some time I finally beat him. A knockout. I got an A-, which is astonishing for all the fails I cashed while trying to beat Goopy, and I got his soul contract. I went to Pokrein's Emporium to talk a bit and to get myself the most crucial charm in this whole run, the smoke bomb. Cause I'm not very experienced with this movement system, I will need to do anything to minimize my damage. Next up was actually supposed to be the treetop level, treetop trouble, but yeah, I got into trouble in treetop trouble. It was really hard to parry this beetle to get the coin, like, look at this! I died once, as you can see right here, and I realized that I was not yet ready and that I should probably do something else, but not this run and gun. So I went ahead and played Forest Follies, the first run and gun in this Inkwell Isle. I got the first coin without any problems, cause it's probably the easiest of them all. Second coin, much like the first, was also very simple. This acorn could have killed me before I got the third coin, but luckily it didn't. Fourth coin, much like the first, only involves 2 jumps. I almost died at the 5th coin, but don't worry, I died later. And begin! This time I got the coin and I killed the mushroom that killed me the last time, and afterwards I beat the level. I got another grade A and continued onwards. I was not very good at parrying, as you can probably vividly remember, so I wanted to test it out on one of the mausoleums.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on!
And what can I say? It was super easy, not needing to shoot and parry at the same time, and I legit beat it instantly. Luckily, in our next boss, the Great Root Pack, I could become better at parrying, as the first boss, Salespadders, yes, that is his canon name, shoots some parryable projectiles, and I need to shoot him to deal damage. This is perfect for parry exercises, and these worms are the perfect parry victims. The rest of the battle was great and the root pack was no match for me. I beat them in no time, and with a keyboard I got the best score that the game could offer you. The fabulous, drumroll please, A+! Next up, the 2 Froggers, Ribby and Croaks. I was really afraid of this battle, but I really forgot how simple they were. Like, look at these attacks. The only problem came when it was time for the third phase. But after some time I beat them and there were only 2 bosses left. With an A- grade I made my way to the next boss, Hildeberg, but first I needed to get past the second hardest part of the entire game, the flight tutorial. It was pretty easy, so I could make my way to Hilda personally.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin!
I beat her in my first try. I got the best luck by getting the Gemini on the phase 2 and I got the best grades. Maybe not the best grade, but the second best grade in the game, an A. And you might not see it right now, but as you can see right now, yeah, I beat her and here's the grade A. Now I could make my way to the hardest boss of all of them, Cagney Carnation, also known as Big Flowey. But before doing that, I challenged myself one more time and tried to beat the beetle level Treetop Trouble and finish it off for good. And what can I say? It went by great, and this is not sarcastic, it really went by great. Only a few tries and I beat it.
Now go! And begin!
But after a bit of trial and error, I finished this hellscape of a level once and for all. To make the fight against Big Flowey a bit easier, I went to our best pig friend to buy the OPest weapon combo of all time. Now with 11 coins I could buy myself the roundabout and the lobber. Switching them off one after another makes the best damage in the whole run, in the whole game, everywhere. And now Big Flowey. Just play the death montage, that's the only thing you need to see.
It's on! Good day! A brawl is surely...
After this death, I realized I forgot to actually equip my OP combo and I just played with the pea shooter all of the time. So I opened my menu and equipped just these weapons. With this combo, I was able to beat Big Flowey in one try and one try only. Don't believe me? Just watch this better footage. Right here. Yeah, see? This is my attempt on beating him, and as you have seen, I beat him in the first try. So, I just had to pick up Chip's coin, go to the die house, and then switch over to Inkwell Isle 2. Afterwards, I wanted to fight against a favorite genie, but I forgot that I didn't take my bombs, so I went to our gasoline tank guy and got them.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes!
Just play the death montage again, you know the deal.
This match will get red hot. It's on! Here's a real high-class bout. Here...
But then finally I beat our favorite genie and I made a break of about a day. After the break, I beat the great Killer Clown, probably not so great Killer Clown, and then came a boss I was afraid of this whole time, in this whole entire run, because I was really bad at this boss at the beginning, and I was afraid that now I could be also really bad at it when I'm playing on a keyboard. But it was much simpler than I thought. The boss I'm talking about is the King of Sweets, the King of the Sweetland, Baroness von Bonbon.
A great slam and then some. Now go. This match will get red hot. And begin.
I beat her and went on to Mr. Birdly Bird von Birdvinson, and yeah, I beat him too. Like, man, I'm getting so much better at this. Look at this. After some delicious spicery, I went to the mausoleum again, cause the way was free and I needed this to beat the devil and King Dice. Same as first time, I don't need to elaborate on the mausoleum again. After beating the mausoleum, I actually wanted to listen to the quartet, but I didn't have enough time, so I went on to the next run and gun, the Funhouse Frazzle.
Here goes. It's on. Here goes. Here goes. It's on.
After finally beating this frazzle of a run and gun, I finally went on to battle the big bad Disney villain dragon Grim Matchstick. And I can describe this whole fight in only 2 words. Death montage.
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go. Good day for a swell battle. It's on.
After closer inspection, right here, the dragon did not even touch me. But I still got hit. Very fair, Moldenhauer. Very fair.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin. Good day for a swell battle. It's on. A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
I breathed such a sigh of relief next time when I beat this boss. The boss with probably the most deaths I ever had of all of them. When I beat Grim Matchstick, I felt like I had accomplished something I had never before. And afterwards, I went on to the new run and gun, Carnival Kerfuffle. Carnival Kerfuffle was pretty easy. I got it on my first try with a grade B, and there is not really much more to say. It was a fun level, I got all coins, and I continued. Or as a true Undertale or Deltarune fan would say, I proceeded. If you know this reference, like the video or write it down in the comments. Thank you, we are going onwards right now. In Inkwell Isle 3, I realized I needed to go back to go buy some stuff from p3rnard. I bought myself the charge, the spread shot, as some call it, and the heart. All of them will be useful later. Oh yeah, and I also bought the pea sugar because Werner Vermin. All of them will be useful later, and as you know right now, the pea sugar is useful for Werner Vermin. Yeah, you know the deal. I also got the coin hidden on this Inkwell Isle. I changed my weapons, but I was gonna change them back anyway. Doesn't matter, we're just gonna continue on. Beardo Weirdo was up next, and yeah, he died trying. After some rethinking, I wanted to beat the Queen Bee. After some switchery of weapons, I was finally ready to beat the big bad bee. All bee, you get it.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin! A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
But after some mild torture, I also beat this wicked bee of the north, or west, or whatever. After running and jumping, I was ready for running and gunning on a rugged ridge. After my first death, I realized I should probably equip the invincibility super art, and I went back right in, cause I never give up. Never.
Now go! Bravo!
Then I could finally beat the Deutsche Maus Werner Vermin. Easy as it usually is. I didn't even need to make a death montage cause I beat him in my first try.
red hot. Here goes.
Ghost go home. Next up is the actress of actresses who deserved a tutorial on my YouTube channel, Sally Stage Play. What else is there to say except that I beat her in my first try? Next up was Trainable Annie. It was a little bit tricky, but after some trial and error and some tries, I beat it. Now we come to our final run and gun. And what do I have to say except that this run and gun was the true Inkwell Hell.
You're up. Here goes.
But even though I retried tons of times, died tons of times, I also did this run and gun, which is probably the hardest run and gun in this entire game. And I felt so proud when I did it that I actually jumped off of my chair and celebrated. With my hard-earned money, I bought myself the double heart, which will be very useful for a very infamous robot that we will encounter later on. But before I do that, I actually have to get one more coin from the Inkwell Hell that is hidden there very well. Inkwell Hell very well, you know. And then I have 5 coins, and then I can buy myself the double heart, which will get me 5 hearts. I made a video on the robots already. It is like really hard, blah blah, death montage. Yeah, just start the death montage. Start the death montage.
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go. This match will get red hot. Here goes.
Third time's the charm, they say, and god damn it, they are right. Mugman's mermaid is next, and yeah, I died once, I lived once, that's life. All bets are off. The cube is now 2. I got all of the soul contracts. Now let's beat the king. The big bad boss was no match for me. I beat him in my first try. Now, let us watch this great footage together to celebrate how far our great little cup has come. Got all soul contracts. Now let's free them of the grasp of the devil. Everyone is happy, the contracts are burned, and the video is over. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I might not be able to post much sooner because I broke my wrist, but I hope I will see you later. Roll the credits!